stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hello. Meow. I'm a whiny kitty. What's up? Yeah. Good kitty. What's up? Need some love. Yeah. You feeling unloved? Or do you just want in the window? Wants in the window. That's what he wants. Of course, that's what he wants. Right after he gets pet, of course. Actually, he likes to sit in my lap, so he will probably lay down. And we'll get started at that infamous 3-minute mark. Huh. Yes. And I think this is going to be an interesting topic. Huh. You agree? Meow. Bastion agrees. Bastion agrees. One day I'll have to bring all my cats on. 5 of them. Actually, 2 of them live upstairs. Not quite mine yet. We're getting there, though. The little best friend upstairs. All right, let's go ahead and start getting going on this. That way people don't have to sit here and watch me play with my cat for a minute. Guess he was getting down. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. ×3. My 3rd time live today. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching live or the rewatch. Ding, 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 ding. Fighting stigma. Good luck. Yeah, good luck on that. So, that was it. Good luck. No. Can't fight stigma. That's why I say good luck. Because what you're doing is fighting. Right? So there's the first wrong thing. Fight stigma. So what is it that when we decide that we're going to fight stigma? All right. First of all, we're extremely unthinking. You don't know what these people have been through. You really don't. Maybe, just maybe somebody had an alcoholic father who beat them to death every day of their fucking life. Okay? Think this person might have feelings around that? You bet they will. Are they going to be nice feelings? No, they are not. Did you do it? No, but it was somebody like you, and that's really all that matters when it comes to trauma and these other things. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, these conversations are just going to get tougher. They're just going to get tougher. I think we are unthinking when we do this. So, number one, we're fighting. Are we supposed to quit fighting? It's in all the literature. It's in the Bible. It's everywhere. The very first thing you have to do is stop fighting, so you cannot fight stigma. What are you going to do? Are you going to get angry? Now we're into character defects. People that 2-step fight stigma. Because people that do the 12 steps and do them correctly understand that you do not fight stigma. You educate. Why do you think? Okay, here's the difference. Got a company over here. Oh, we're doing an end stigma. Then you have another place doing awareness. It's the same thing, but it's being done correctly. What are you going to do? Get a group of people and go interfere with something? See how it did it? When we gather in a group like that, it goes against every single tradition that we have. And it's why it doesn't work. It also says in the book that we are not to be angry with alcohol. Okay? So what is it? I'll tell you what it is. Someone has stigma and you get butthurt because you haven't dealt with your stuff. That's what it is. That's fighting stigma. Dumbasses. Right? And I understand, well, if these people are better educated, who fucking cares? Let me ask you something. Who cares? You change their mind. What good is that going to do us? None. So why are you doing it? Posterity. I ended stigma. Look at me. That's why I said, good luck. We're not saints. We aren't saints. Well, some of us might be, but I haven't met any of them yet. Right? Maybe some that are near saints, but I can tell you that now none of them were alcoholic either. So, usually when somebody has stigma against addiction or whatever, right? Okay. Can't get, there we go. I don't like this desk. What was it? So, if somebody else has a certain thought about addicts and alcoholics, let me ask you this. How important is it really for you to get upset? I hope the answer is none. Okay? Why? Because this person is just looking for a fight. See, I'm thinking. Right? Instead of fighting stigma and going to the places where people don't want you, okay? I'm going to tell you this. It all comes down to money. It's just about money. It's a great excuse to know what they did is they went and convinced a bunch of normies that we've got to fight this stigma thing. They even go as far as say that we're going to end overdose. Good fucking luck on that too. Those are some pretty big things to say. And I've looked through it. I don't see how they're going to end overdose. How are you going to do that? You made a statement. We're going to end overdose. Even if it's a hashtag, it doesn't matter. It's a bandwagon that doesn't need to be get on. It serves no purpose at all. If these people want to continue being ignorant, let them. But don't jump on the ignorant train with them. Don't fight fire with fire. It doesn't work that way. Bugs Bunny was wrong. He always used to tell us to fight fire with fire. He was wrong. It only works for Bugs Bunny. Actually, that's not true. Half the time he ended up getting hurt too. So for us to think that we're going to go out there and change the world and change minds and change all this stuff, you're in for a very arduous task. It says Facebook user. I don't know who you are. I'm sure I know you. So it's probably M. And, yeah, send that out to Ireland. I don't even know how to do that. So we have to stop fighting. What are we supposed to be doing? We're supposed to be leading. We're supposed to be leaders. See? And actually, Emma talked about that in the meeting. She was like, this guy doesn't usually like to be on my lap. This is Sawyer. This is Sawyer. This is Sawyer. Yes, yes. I had to save him. I was living in a house and I had to kick the landlords out. And they left the cat behind because they're assholes. And it took me several months to get him to come up into my room. He was very shy. He was very fat. Right? And we took care of him for a couple months. Now it's time to move. And when we moved and he went with us, he was a totally different cat after that. Now he's very social. He's in great shape. And he's an awesome cat. He talks a lot, though. He talks a lot to his dad. He's always meowing at me. So this is Sawyer. He likes to sit on my lap, too. He likes to do that. But Emma was talking about, that she went to her dad's birthday party and there was a lot of drinking, right? But instead of telling them not to drink or whatever else, she decided she was going to be an example to her family. That's the correct thought process. It's not about me anymore. It's not about me. See, when we go to fight stigma, it's about me. You're saying bad things about me. You're saying hurtful. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. Half the things those people say are true about us. There was a friend, right? She's gone into a sober living, and I don't remember exactly what she said, but one of her friends said, "You're being selfish. You need to get sober for your daughter. Do it." And this boy was right. And then a bunch of girls jump on. Oh, don't you talk to fighting what they think is stigma. That wasn't stigma. Well, don't you say that to her. He was absolutely correct. Out of everybody that posted, she should listen to that guy. Because he's the one telling her the truth. That's her only friend in that group. The only friend. The other ones were just yes people because of the type of person that she is. Doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Go on TikTok and argue with somebody. Go for it. Watch what happens. You're going to have a miserable day. Good job. Good job. They're just not listening to me. Well, when somebody came and told you what to do, were you listening to them? No. People don't like to be told what to do. And who are you to tell other people how they should feel? Your kid is probably correct. Yeah. Yeah. We are using, I just did a whole thing on toxic the other day. Why we call other people toxic. And it's horrible. We could run around and toxic should really not be used to, it should not be used to qualify someone. You know what that is? Name calling. So if I'm talking to somebody and they tell me, oh yeah, don't talk to that person over there, they're toxic. That shit pisses me off. And I'll tell you why. Because I can draw my own conclusion. And I'll tell you what just happened. I found out who I'm not going to talk to, and it's going to be this person. It's going to be this person that I'm probably going to stop talking to. And then I'm probably going to go over to this toxic person. I'm probably going to have a conversation with them. And I bet I'm 9 times out of 10, I know what it'll be. They had PTSD. Oh, anxiety, depression, ADHD, ACD. Who did you know? Could be anything. Yeah. They aren't toxic. It's just that everybody in the room is sitting around waiting for them to ask somebody to be their sponsor, when what we're supposed to be doing is approaching that person and telling them that we're going to be their sponsor. So instead of running out there fighting stigma, ending overdose, all these things that you just know aren't true, let's sit down and do the actual work. Okay? And if you are doing it, and I tell you now, everybody here is doing the work, or you would have took off. You would have left, because I would have offended you on that. I do that quite often. I don't want people around that aren't really going to fucking listen. I want people that are around there to say, yes, that's correct. And I'm going to help carry that message. I'm going to help carry that message because it's important. It is important that we talk about the right things, because bad information in recovery kills people. Right? And who am I to deem somebody else toxic? I've had several people call me toxic that have never met me. I'm not toxic. You just don't like me. And that's okay. Just say that. I don't like it. Oh, okay. I'm sure you want to tell me why, but I don't care. I don't care. Right? And when you start acting that way, then you will no longer have people coming up to you and talking shit about other people, because they just won't want to approach you. They will know that you're the kind of person that does not tolerate that stuff. And that's still stigma. Calling somebody else toxic is stigma. So maybe instead of fighting stigma, we should accept stigma, be aware of stigma, and work on it like we do everything else, and quit whining and bitching that there are people out there that hate us. Quit worrying about them. Quit trying to change your minds. Quit trying to spend your money on it and doing it. It will get you nowhere. I've watched this 100 times. It never works. And it won't ever work. The procedure for it to happen does not exist. Every single person would have to be open-minded and willing, and that ain't happening on either side. What if we said instead, accept stigma? What if we do that instead of fighting stigma, accept it? Because once I accept it, I can educate, because now my feelings aren't involved. That's awareness. That's education. That is not fighting stigma. Fighting stigma has my own emotions in it. What does that mean? Am I fighting and I have my emotions in it? What does it mean? It means I haven't done the work. It's exactly what it means. Your actions will show what that is. So that would come back to intention. And what is their intention? I'll tell you, money. They have no desire to fight stigma, and they really have no desire to end overdose, because then they wouldn't be making the money that they're continuing making. Like millions of fucking dollars. Doing what I kind of do. Well, no, nothing like I do. They're much bigger than me. They're a lot bigger than me. But I do know this. My podcasts are better. Because my mommy told me. No, just kidding. She didn't tell me that. My mom would never give me a compliment like that. She'd say, I'm proud of you. That'd be better. And so we got to watch those expectations. Who cares if that other person doesn't like you because you have no willpower? Okay? 90% of the time, they've got a problem and they're trying to deal with it too. So maybe have a little patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love instead of fighting. We are not a fighting people. We don't do that. We do not band together and go take over stuff. That is not how AA works. And we will not do that. Can we go out and make our voices heard in a recovery sense? You bet. But if you see AA at a pro chap, whatever rally or whatever, we don't belong there as an AA group. Individually, certainly we do. Okay. So how can we say so what we have is a bunch of people with long-term sobriety that are going to try and fight stigma. Yeah. Good luck with that two-stepping. That's what I got to say on it. So when I said at the very beginning of this, good luck. You might. You just might. You just might. All right. I'm going to go play some video games. My brain's like, that's enough for today, Dion. Time to decompress. Oh, you do the same, Ingrid. It's good to see you. You guys really are the highlight of my day, and I appreciate you guys showing up. Especially when I do it 3 times a day. I really do appreciate that shit. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Good night. I love you. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.